Welcome to the Love Inspired Leadership Podcast. I'm Carolyn, and I am truly grateful you've made it here today. Last month was National Authenticity Day. So let's take some time for real talk about what it means to truly show up, lead with love, and let our stories be seen, unfiltered, untethered, and heard. So let's settle in together. Maybe you're taking a walk, brewing your morning coffee, or unwinding after a busy day. Wherever you are, I truly hope this moment feels like a pause, a breath, a gentle space for you to reconnect to your own truth and what matters most to you. Speaking of truth, I want to share a story that's fresh for me. Just recently, I had one of those heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul conversations with a friend and strategic alliance. His name is Chris. Someone who never hesitates to speak honestly with love, compassion, and respect. He turned to me and said, "Carolyn, the most powerful shift you can make is to lead with your truth, raw, unfiltered, and humble." I'll be honest with you, hearing that was both affirming and uncomfortable. It was really challenging me to look at the ways I still slip into host mode, showing up with my polished talking points, hoping to inspire, but forgetting about that the real magic lives in the messiness and the healing experience. And that brings me to another thing Chris said, something that's been echoing in my mind ever since. If it doesn't hurt, you didn't learn the lesson. Oof. Isn't that truth? If it doesn't hurt, you didn't learn the lesson. Sometimes the lessons for me, the growth and the purpose, they're born in vulnerability, imperfect moments, not the highlight reel, not the finished project, not the shaky beginnings and raw middles. I'd like you to invite a pause right now with me, just for a minute, and consider, where in your life do you crave more authenticity? Is there a story you've kept tucked away, swept under the rug? Are you waiting for the right moment to share it? Maybe there's a truth you've never voiced, or a question that feels risky to ask out loud. If you feel comfortable at this moment, feel free to grab a journal or even jot a note on your phone right now. What's a moment from your journey that showed you something about being authentically you? Did it change you? Did it draw other people in closer to you? And what did you learn? Not in theory, but in real human experience. What did you learn about yourself? Let me tell you another story. A time where authenticity completely reshaped my path. Years ago, during one of the most transitional moments in my life of change, I found myself feeling completely unhinged and unmoored. My plans had changed completely from my original path. My relationships were dramatically shifting, and every day felt completely uncertain. I remember sitting in my office on the floor, surrounded by my old journals, my old scribed notes and sticky notes, feeling completely lost and unsure of what I was to choose to do and what to share with the world. I wanted to show only the parts of myself that felt ready. What I noticed after finally sharing some of those raw stories with people I trusted and people that were close to me, that I felt safe, was how many people responded with messages that said, "Me too. That's exactly how I feel." It wasn't that I'm inspired by your victory, but it was, I see myself in your uncertainty, and it gives me hope and faith. That taught me more about leadership than any book or conference could ever do. Here's a reflection. Maybe take a moment right now to ask yourself, what story am I holding on to that wants to be voiced and released? What would shift if I let myself be seen, even if the ending is not clear? Let's talk about practical ways to bring your genuine authenticity into your leadership. I know it can feel daunting, but here's a few things that have helped me and the leaders that I work with. First, number one, drop the mask intentionally. Notice when you need to perform, to impress, or camouflage or hide those messy bits. When that happens, just pause. Take a breath. And see if you can simply state, here's what's real for me right now. Sometimes it won't be pretty. Sometimes you'll feel uncomfortable. But that's where the meaningful connection, the inspired connection, is born. Second, being curious instead of certain. If you find yourself stepping into fix-it mode or trying to offer advice, try changing the script. Instead, ask yourself, what's true for me right now? Go within to win. And invite others to share their stories. Listen, fully listen, without trying to solve or fix. Number 3, embrace stories that are unfinished. We don't always need to land on a lesson or tie things up in a pretty red bow. Sometimes letting the story breathe as it is, incomplete and vulnerable, gives others permission to do the same. And make space for grace. And finally, build authentic connection. Reach out to someone who inspires your realness. Let them know. Share one moment from your own journey today with someone you trust. Notice how honesty fosters trust and that meaningful, inspired connection. We are never, ever meant to do this alone as a love-inspired leader. I want to come back to Chris's wisdom. He said, get out of the lifeguard chair and get in the pool. For me, that means dropping the coach persona, being the teacher, and just simply being human. It's sitting with people, not above them. It's sitting beside them and letting my real life experiences of joy, of doubt, of hope, of fear be witnessed. Here's something you can do right now or later today before the day ends. Share something honest, a feeling, a doubt, even a story, with no edits, no rehearsal, no preparation in practice. Maybe just say, I'm struggling today with, or I am really proud of myself. And I wanted you to know that. Notice how it feels in your body. Notice what you're thinking. For you and how it affects them. Let's reflect for a moment before we wrap up. Take a deep breath and check in. What do you want to carry with you from this conversation? Is there an action you'll take, a truth you'll honor, a person you'll reach out to? Write that down. In my experience, every single time I made the decision to choose my authentic self, to speak and to be heard, even when it feels uncomfortable and vulnerable, the rewards have been deeply meaningful, with a deeper connection with truth within myself and others, and glorious, unexpected support and a sense of true belonging. You are not here to fit in or play small. You are here to share your voice, your vision, your dreams, and your story, messy parts and all. Your real leadership is what makes an impact. So thank you. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for showing up as you. Thank you for daring to lead with truth, trust, and heart. Let's make authenticity the norm in our lives and our love-inspired leadership. Together, we are building a ripple, one honest, meaningful moment at a time, with real love and gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for joining me on the Love Inspired Leadership Podcast. If today's episode stirred something in your soul, share it with someone who's ready to aim higher. Keep holding your vision, anchor in your truth, and take intentional, inspired action, because love is all there is.
Hey, I'm Michelle Abraham, founder of the High Vibe Podcast Network, and we are honored to have Carolyn Cooper's Love Inspired Leadership show as part of our network family. For more inspiring shows like this one, visit highvibepodcastnetwork.com, and don't forget to grab your free gifts from our hosts in the gift fold. Till then, stay high vibe and keep sharing your life.